welcome back to the channel, and this is part 3 and the final part of the 2023 Boundary 500 Santa ride in aid of Zoe's place. And you join us approaching Redcar as we just passed the fire station, and we'll soon be turning left to approach the seafront. There's the police outrider stopping all the traffic, so we can turn left. The view behind us as the bike's coming around the corner. We're going to go straight ahead at this roundabout, but if you turn left, that would lead you to South Gare and the remains of the blast furnaces. And we're starting to get plenty of people about now, waving. Up there, happy little kids smiling at all the Santas. Just to the left and right is a golf course. As we approach the seafront car park, lots of people. This car park's always very busy in summer months. I wonder how long these people have been standing waiting for the bikes to go past. Shows commitment standing about on a cold, damp November day. On the left, we're just riding past the boating lake. When I was little, you could hire a little engine-driven motorboat and chug round that lake. Little boat with what essentially was a lawnmower engine in it, and just put round the lake. and now we're on Redcar seafront. This section of Redcar seafront was used in the film Atonement. It became part of the Dunkirk beaches, I believe. And this building on the right, single-storey building, that was added to and a fake facade put on it. Now we came down, had a wander around the set that is here. I'll see if I can find some pictures and put some pictures up. Recently refurbished cinema. And ahead, apparently that's a vertical pier. To the rest of the world, things that stick up in the sky like that are called towers. And as towers go, that's quite short. It's even short for a pier because it doesn't stick out into the sea very far at all, does it? But the politicians would have us believe it's a vertical pier. Unlike most of the towns on this route, seems to be a lot of refurb going on. But again, plenty of children, smiling, waving. On the right ahead, we've got the Lifeboat Museum coming up. It's the Zetland Museum. And on the left along this seafront, fishing boats. Yeah, small fishing boats still go out from Redcar. Not as many as in the past, but at least there's still some. And the long sandy beach that stretches all the way through, masked by the sea. If you go straight on and follow this road, it'll take you through Mask and Saltburn, and eventually you'll end up at Whitby, where you get some Whitby fish and chips. Or if you're in the mood for ice cream, just travel outside of Whitby to Beacon Farm. We've got an ice cream parlour at Beacon Farm. Well worth a visit. But back to what we're doing. We're now turning on to Redcar High Street. Looks like we're going to have a slow ride down the high street and give everyone time to get bunched back up again. Say all the way around, I've been impressed with just how many people turned out. I really didn't expect so many people to line the route. And except for the bit of the trunk road past the old British Steel site, where there aren't many people in that area. Except that for that bit of link road, there's been people just about along the entire route. Amazing. And sometimes you're just riding past a wall of smartphones recording what's going on. As we go past all these people recording me, I'm recording them. But back down to the seafront now. Turn left and we'll go back along the route we've just followed. There's the lifeboat station. So big up to all the lifeboat crews around the UK, all volunteers. And there's that vertical pier again in the distance. I'm sorry, I just can't believe it. They called it a vertical pier. Oh, on the left, Pasitos, where you'll get your northeast famous lemon top. Soft whipped ice cream with a swirl of sorbet, lemon flavoured sorbet on the top. Bright yellow, sharp lemon sorbet. Seems to go well with creamy ice cream. And a flake, of course. Past the arcades again. Or as a kid we used to go there to play Space Invaders. And Galaxians. Showing my age now. Pac-Man and Donkey Kong. In the far distance on the right, wind turbines. Dotted right along the coast, it's part of the country. About time the government changed the building regulations to require every new home to have solar panels. No solar panels, no building. As we turn right past the boating pond, we'll head on out of Redcar towards Kirkleatham. And we'll make our way to the World Garden. And once again, I'm amazed that people have stayed out in the cold to wave at the bikes as they go past the second time. Well, thanks to the crowds. Big thanks to everyone that turned out. It would have been a lonely ride if no one had showed up to wave. it's farewell to Redcar seafront. And now we've got a nice steady away ride to Kirkleatham walled garden. It's just a nice steady ride through a residential area. So on the left we've got the park and some marsh area to the right. But we'll be going straight across the lights this time. I'll get to ride through so many red lights with the blessing of the police as well. Marvellous. That must be a bird on the back. Never stops smiling. I know she was giggling a lot of times. Got to say, I was totally blown away with just how positive people seem to react to this ride. I know it's the first time I've taken part, but I was blown away with people's reactions. I hope it does make a sizable amount of money for Zoe's place. I hope they have a really good year this year. And I think we've both decided, if we're up to it, we'll try and take part again next year. I don't think either of us really mind the numb bum. Because you didn't realise you had one till you got off the bike the other day. and lots of hardy souls standing out in the cold. But we're in an area known as Kirkleatham, and to the left is Kirkleatham Museum, which again is worth a visit if you're in the area. I think some people at this point were happy just to open the throttle a little bit. Getting to the end of the ride now, just a little ways ahead along the dual carriageway, we'll be turning off into Kirkleatham Redcar, where a cup of tea or coffee await the riders, and I believe there's a bacon sandwich as well. And after an hour and a half or more in the saddle, I bet you there's a queue for the toilets as well. And here we are, Journey's End, Kirkleatham Redcar. And for me, the soundtrack of this ride has been the Harley to my front and the one to my rear. And she that must be obeyed, and that bell of hers, which I've made my mind up. I'm hiding next year. She's not getting it. And we're greeted by a sea of cameras and happy smiley people. Oh, and just to the right, in the crowd, a pair of Ghostbusters. Oh, Ghostbusters, there you go. And somewhere here is my grandson. I thought we were going to have trouble finding him, but he found us. There we go, finally parked up. Well, we're here, Kirkleatham. There's my little Himalayan. Made it. Shall we ever walk down, get
Yeah, cup of tea and something.
I've changed for the better this time.
Now a bit of a stiff-legged walk.
I thought I would never be fine. I strive just to say I'm alright. And for the first time in a long time I'm alright. I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago. But all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays. Way back a year ago.
And the bike to Cleveland Police. Many thanks to those officers that kept us all safe today. And now that things have quietened down, quick walk around some of the bikes before I get ready for the ride home. And the weather gods were kind to us today. The rain stopped before the bike ride started and held off all the way around. And only now, as it comes to an end, with the wind starting to pick up, just making the tinsel all flutter in the breeze, and some dark storm clouds are approaching. We wouldn't quite make it home before the rain started, but it was well worth it. A little bit of rain never hurt anyone. Skin's waterproof. And there's a man that stood up nearly all the way around. And there's a boy that won a prize. And there's a woman that giggled a lot. And there's a snowman that fell at the last. Some effort's gone into that one. I think I've seen that one last year, but I could be wrong. I did talk to a few people that say they've done this more than once, and they're looking forward to next year.
Oh, I was waiting for you to go, it's alright.
There we go. 2 people waiting for the other person to move. A singing polar bear on a Triumph. I was drawn to those panniers. Suit that bike really well.
Speed trim. Feral selection.
I've got to agree with that old man. There was a fair old selection of motorbikes. Got lots of different styles, makes, models. The one thing they had in common was a daft old bugger dressed in red. Sat astride it all this morning. Ta-ra all. Merry Christmas.